What up? What up? What up? And welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. Journey of a Jackass. Journey of a Jackass. That's right. And I am your host. Hold on, I ain't got my damn light on. See, I'm messing up already, man. Messing up. I ain't got my light on. There you go. Y'all got to see my handsome faces. So, welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. And I'm your host with the most, Dyer Shakur, aka Schlorsmores, McGorsmores, like I don't know, the author Dyer Shakur, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here tonight with another fantastic episode of Journey of a Jackass. When I say tonight episode is going to be stellar, it is going to be stellar. Man, I got a very, very special guest on tonight. He's a tiny desk performer, man, artistic genius. You feel what I'm saying? Like this man is all-around great guy. When I say he's an all-around great guy, he's an all-around great guy, man. Author, he's a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to keep it a little clean on him today. Keep it a little clean on him. You know, the best I can, the jackass way, if that makes sense. Right? So, I hope everybody's doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody is going to have a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? Get outside, enjoy the weather before it starts getting too cold. You know what I'm saying? You have to start breaking them coats out and everything, right? Now, with us being, me bringing this wonderful artist on here, I think the perfect name of this show is Artistic Integrity, because this is a man of integrity, and he came a long way, because he living in the projects, y'all. Man, I love that song, man. Like he be going in, right? I don't sound as good as him, but you know what I'm saying? He gets it in, right? So with him telling his story, his trials and tribulations through his music and his books and stuff like that, I feel like it's story time with me. What y'all think? Story time with me. And again, I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope y'all kids are reintegrated back into school successfully, because there's a lot of kids out here that's already getting suspended and get in trouble and all that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all need to go and take the belt back to their ass. Let's take it back to the 80s. You know what I'm saying? The 80s and the 90s. Take that belt to their ass. Make them go get a switch. All right. So anyway, story time with me. So Prince Cree, the author that I'm having on tonight, man, he's telling a story in this book about growing up in the projects and things he had to do, like, you know what I'm saying, things like that, right? So we was wild outside and stuff like that around my neighborhood too, man. You know what I'm saying? People got shot, people was getting killed. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those situations where like people selling dope. Like it was one of those situations like, man, we happy we made it out. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people got left behind though. May they rest in peace, right? But a lot of people got left behind. But there was a lot of good times too. There was a lot of good times. There were a lot of good times. Even during the bad times, there were good times. And we're going to talk about that tonight, right? So this one particular time, this is when our neighborhood still had a pool. See, we was hanging out at the pool doing all the wrong shit. We was out there hanging, slanging, and holding tools. So one day, around the way, there was a pool party. And at this pool party, everybody was there. When I say everybody was there, everybody there. People that usually don't be outside was at this pool party. There were no lifeguards, but you'd be surprised how many people was in that pool, though. People was in there. The shallow end was full. A couple people jumping off the dive board, whatever case may be. But I don't even think the pool was going to be open. I think somebody must have just got to busted the lock so we can get in. But the pool was jam-packed. I think everybody. So people from other neighborhoods start coming, right? Including the people one of the neighborhoods was right up the street that we used to beef with. And this night was crazy. So we in there, we hanging out, we having a good time. Girls is out there putting their titties out, get finger popped in the pool, people smoking, drinking, having a good time, people shooting craps against the pool house wall. Matter of fact, all y'all that follow my music, when I shot the They Know video, that pool house right there that was all spray painted up, that one right there, right? So there used to be a pool back there in that big old grass field. They filled it up because we was doing too much crazy shit over there, right? So anyway, so we was in there having a good time, Everybody out there vibing out. People in the car listening to go-go music. You know, that's how I think up here and stuff like that. So we get out the pool, music loud. I don't even know where the speakers came from. I just know it was live in it. So we in there having the Next thing you know, we hear some cars screeching around the corner. Pulling the parking lot. We like, oh shit, must be more people for the party. The old heads are kind of already knew because they started kind of getting out the pool, going to their backpacks and all that stuff. So they already knew what it was, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So we in there, we having a good time, all that stuff. And they be like, hey, y'all get y'all ass out the pool and y'all go somewhere. Get out of here. We weren't paying them no mind. The next thing you know, this is the fucked up part, but because it was dealing with it for so much, we dealing with it so much, it was normal to us. So the cars got out, and when they got out, it was a bunch of dudes with hoodies, ski masks, and stuff like that. So I ain't gonna say no names because they, whatever case may be. So a couple of our old heads went and seen it. So they seen out, they just up their cans and started busting. Bam, 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 bam. Then a big old firefight broke out, and we were still in the pool. The music didn't stop. We were still having a good time. And then more people started getting out the pool, going to their backpacks, going around there, shooting, bam, 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 right? Shooting the cars up. The dudes was hiding behind the car. A couple of them ran away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with this one car, they got aired out. They aired out. Luckily, there wasn't nobody in there, whatever the case may be, but they aired it out. And I was like, damn, our tow truck had to come get it. So anyway, so we in there, we having a good time. And then we start hearing all the shots. Then somebody from on their side pulled out this big, like, this is my first time saying a Tech 9. He pulled that joint out. He started busting that joint. That's when people start screaming and fleeing, trying to get out the way, blah, blah, blah. So we all in that joint. And then next thing you know, people hopping out the pool, people scrambling all over the place, people jumping fences, trying to get out the way. The same thing happened to us at the basketball court, but this was earlier at the pool. So this was in the nighttime. So we out there, and everybody started fleeing and stuff. So us youngest trying to be like the OGs, we standing out there, we trying to look and see what it is. So none of us had no tools on us. So I said, man, let's just make it up to my house because my dad was gone. He was out my life by then. So I knew where he kept the shotgun and this rusty 22, right? So and then everybody was like, well, I go get my thing, blah blah blah. So we all kind of dispersed, and we all went and got our little tools. Came back, teenagers now. We went and got the tools. Imagine me walking down the street with a long ass 22 rifle just by my side. I was trying to hide it in my pants leg. One leg was moving straight and everything. I could have hurt myself because that gun was loaded. I didn't know no better. So anyway, we get back down there, and all the old heads down there laughing about it. Man, they ain't coming back down here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody get out there, and we all hanging around this tree area, all this stuff. Now this is where it get funny. So we out there, the old heads like, yeah. So they start smoking their little dippers. If you don't know what dippers is, this is when they smoke cigarettes or weed with the embalming fluid. And they started doing that. Motherfuckers started smoking weed. Everybody started drinking. We was drinking St. Ives Special Brews. They was drinking we was drinking Still Reserve. They was drinking gin, all that stuff. So a couple of old heads get so drunk, they start playing with each other. They start pointing guns at each other. So I said, fuck this. I don't want nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? So we get over by the tree. We start getting up, hanging out, doing our thing. And then we over there drinking. St. Ives, they like, man, start getting late. They said, man, we about to go in the house. So one of the old heads that was down there with us, he said, man, I don't feel like going there. I'm waiting for these bitch ass niggas to come back, blah, blah, blah. So he sat out there, and he's still to this day, he funny as hell. He sat out there, he said, come here, little Digo. Let me tell you something. Man, these old heads don't want nothing. It was me and my little brothers. I kept trying to get my little brothers to go home, but they didn't want to listen. They were following behind me, being stupid. So it started getting real thin out there. There was like 5 of us out there. Me, my little brothers, my partner, and the OG, couple OGs, whatever it may be. And the one OG was sitting in the chair like, man, I'm telling you, they come around here again. It's going down, blah, blah, blah. So all of that shooting that happened that night, nobody got hit. Nobody got killed. Nobody got wounded until this point. The old head said, man, these young, they don't even know what I do to them. Then we heard his 380 go off twice. Bam, bam. I was like, what is going on? We looked down, He had one hole in this New Balance and the other one in this foot. This motherfucker shot himself in the foot twice and sat there like nothing happened. We said, oh my God, we started freaking out. And he stopped laughing. He said, man, see, this is why y'all some bitches. This ain't nothing. Blah, blah, blah. So we looked and we was like, nah, man, you need to go to the hospital because his foot was leaking bad because it was like leaking real, real bad. He said, nah. So he called himself trying to walk up the house. Walk up. So I said, nah, fuck this. We going in the house. So we walk up there. The next thing you know, he said, now, Curry said, yeah, man, my foot do kind of hurt. All this stuff. So then the dudes came back. They just came kind of riding around, see if anybody was still outside. And he was sitting on the curb. They didn't even bother him because I guess they already knew what he was or how he was, whatever the case may be. So the next day we see him and he got this big ass cast on his foot. He's like, man, why y'all let you shoot myself foot? He was mad as hell. So all the violence that happened in the hood, all the BS that happened in the hood, the only person that got hit is a motherfucker that shot himself in the foot because he was being drunk, dumb, and reckless. And that's my story from the hood. That's story time with me. For sure. That's story time with me, man. Yeah, man, I'm talking about, it was like World War III out there. And the only person that got hit out there that night was him shooting himself in the damn foot. He was more pissed off about his New Balance than his damn foot. That's the worst part. The next day when we seen him, he was more sick about his shoes than his damn foot. Like, how fucked up you gotta be? So that's story time, man. That is story time, man. That pool party was live though. That pool party was live. That was like in the mid 90s. That was a live ass pool party, man. I was like, dang. I was happy. It was the old head girls was out there. Like, it was good, man. So anyway, that's story time with me. Now, tonight, again, I have Tiny Desk performing, author, artist, man, all around great guy joining me tonight, man. I want everybody to give it up, you know what I'm saying, for Thomas, Prince, Cree, McEntyre. You know what I'm talking about?
Drop a cruise bomb. What's up, my brother? What's good? What's good?
Man, what's going on, man?
Ain't much going on, man. Let me flip these over so I can hear it and not have these headphones on. Let me just try to be show my podcast etiquette, whatever that is. But it's just too hot for it. So what's good, my brother?
Man, there's not much, man. Look, so I was reading your book and I was like, man, he kind of grew up like before me, but he kind of grew up going through the same stuff I did. So I had to share that story time from the hood tonight.
Hey, that was crazy. But if you read in the book, where's the two in the chapter, the two, when one of my brothers, Dubar, his cousin, shot him in the leg, and that's so he didn't even know they was trying to be gangsters, and they was playing Russian roulette, but they was Russian roulette on their thighs, and they young kids just wanting to do that crazy mess, and shot himself in the thigh.
Man, what was crazy is you told me how they was putting, you said in the book how they was putting lawn chairs in the projects.
they had, and I thought I would put the picture in it, but they put lawn chair. They went to a path park, right, and brought lawn chairs, beach chairs, or whatever, and sat them in front of the project like they was on the beach, like they was in Virginia Beach, like they was on the beach, and ran a extension cord outside of the window to a 25-inch TV. When you get a 25-inch TV in the hood, you rich. You know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we call the flat screen. And so that happened then. But then these guys were watching football, and on the commercial break, they would have some type of fight, like a drill fight, like they're training the young cats. Like they had some type of boot camp to learn how to fight. And so they fighting these young dudes. And it was just crazy, man.
Look, you know what's funny? So when I was young, right? When I was young, they used to call me Spanky. So they treated me like a pit bull. So they would take me around other neighborhoods to fight little kids for money.
See?
Yeah.
See, and that's what these guys also did to us. What they did to us is they put us through these are the old cats, which was really like the little guys to the big guys. You know how there's a chain reaction thing?
Yeah.
And so those was the things that was crazy. And it was teaching us how to become militant type of young guys. And we didn't even know what we was preparing ourselves for. And this was a commercial break. So the commercials that was going down was us fighting. They was fighting us and beating us down and all that stuff. So that was their way. That was a commercial break.
No.
We like, no, we don't want the commercial to ever come because they was
Now, tell the people who you are. Yeah, tell the people who you are, man. Because like I gave them a brief synopsis, man. Tell them who you are.
No doubt. I appreciate you, man. My honorable name is Thomas. Prince Cree McEntyre. Prince Cree actually comes from when I grew up 5%er. So my righteous name in the Islamic set, my attribute was Prince Creative. And for some reason, the brother that gave me the name, he just knew me growing up with his brothers and stuff. He knew that I always was out there creating something, whether it's when I was little, creating songs. My first song I wrote, and by the way, I'm from Paterson, New Jersey.
Let's go.
Paterson, New Jersey, the great city. They call it the great city, but if you go there now, it's just it's great. It's good city, you know. But anyway, that's where I'm from. On a serious note, I'm proud to be a resident and a native of Paterson, New Jersey. So I grew up in the Alexander Hamilton Project. So my name, you know, where we was the Righteous Brothers building, I didn't really look at it like that, but what I was doing was creating songs and creating poetry and creating names for everybody and creating different businesses. As a young kid, I had a business where we go to Pathmark, we take the carts. Yeah, we took them. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. I was in Project Kids.
And we made buggies out of them. And then I was charging other little kids 5 cents to drive. So I always had a creative mindset and an entrepreneur mindset. And then when I went to Eastside High School, you know,
Fair Eastside.
Yeah. And I wasn't a fat kid on the roof. I'm just going to make it disclaimer. You know what I mean? You smoke crack. It was my story, but it was more like you sold crack. But they didn't try to change the name, change the dialogue.
So I didn't know that was a real thing. That was based on a true story.
Yeah, it was based on Mr. Joe Clark.
Lean on Me.
Lean on Me is a true story where in Paterson, New Jersey, that high school was the worst high school in the city of Paterson, or if not New Jersey. And my wife and I, we was more like the freshmen coming in there when Mr. Clark. So we've been with Mr. Clark. Well, she did for 4 years.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Let me grab it. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I thought that. Look. I thought that was my DVD right there. I was about to grab the DVD and look. Look, I was about to grab the DVD and look. I didn't know it was based on a true story.
Yeah, man. Some of the stuff was dramatized, like Mr. Clark hitting the guy with the bat. You know, Mr. Clark. If you have listened to my song when I was doing the Tiny Desk, where I said, for getting chased by Joe Clark with his guards on the lease. He everywhere he walked around, he had his guards with him. You know what I mean? So he never really did that. He chained a few side doors because us project kids would come in on the cafeteria when we cut class. They'll let us in and we'd go to the caf where we was able to sell our weed and knock off the cookie machine. If you look at it, you see K-Son, my brother K-Son, and Dubois had a section where they'd get all the cookies, and they had a section where they were selling the cookies to the students. So if the cookies was $1 in the cab, they were selling them for 50 cents. And so Joe Clark figured that out, and he locked the doors down.
Bro, I've been alive for a long ass time. I'm talking about a long time. I never knew that Lean on Me was based on a true story till now. Man, you learn something new every damn day. Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Rest in peace to Joe Clark. Joe Clark, I learned later on what he was doing when he used to say, McEntyre, you want to be a rapper? Go to English. I thought he was just trying to, showboat in front of people. And I was like, man, I ain't got to go to nowhere. You ain't got to be yelling at me. But when he passed away, before he passed away, I wanted to have him on me and my wife's podcast, The Swag in the Morning. And he passed away, but we were able to do an interview with NPR about him. And that was amazing that we were called to do that. But later on, I realized Clark was just, you can't let that dope and them projects get to you. You're good, you got smart, you got a good head on your shoulders, McEntyre. You know, and one of the things
he just wanted the best. He wanted the best for all the kids. He was like, that's why he's putting the chains on the doors. He was like,
he wanted the best for him.
He wanted the best for the kids. Like he was like, he actually cared. He just showed it in a different way. Like he was getting all the BS teachers out of there. Like he was doing all that stuff. Like it was like he just cared for the kids. And I think that's what the school system is missing right now.
They're missing that.
Yeah.
Yes, my beloved. And I tell you right now, for having a notorious school like we had, and it might be in Baltimore also, back in those days, might have been a stabbing or cut on the face, but we never came in and shot up the school. You know what I mean? And so I don't understand that. What's going on?
So that's the thing right there. That's the thing I was about to ask you, right? So you now growing up, doing all the being through all the hood stuff, going to Eastside High, actually living it and all that stuff, right? How do you feel about these youngins now? Because I feel like they don't got no codes. At least back then, we didn't disrespect our elders. We didn't don't hurt the kids, and stuff like that. So how you feel about these youngins now? You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, man, straight up jackasses. If I could say it on your look,
journey of a jackass. Listen, you can cuss.
They're not like how you presenting it. But yo, when I'm looking at this young society now, man, it's scary. It is definitely a glitch with mental health or mental stability or certain things, medication. It's a lot. I don't know if it's the games. We had Atari and Pac-Man and Mario Brothers. Now they got Kill You by the Fence. Now they got the Diary of an Executioner. Like, you know what I mean? So it comes from the games. It comes from the videos. It comes from a lot of stuff they're inserting in their minds, and they don't know how to translate it. That's you know what I mean? So yeah, just imagine. I'm gonna say this, folks. I went to Eastside High School. Lean on me. It's a true story about a notorious projects in Paterson, New Jersey. We never had metal detectors. Joe Clark may have locked the doors. We came in school with guns, because when I talk about me and my brother Knowledge Bomb packing gun in our book sack, plus we be adding on. And what I'm saying in my lyric there is that we had a gun in our book bag, but we were adding on. We was building. We was bringing knowledge to folks. You know what I mean? But I said, well, still don't get it twisted. We still will, you know what I mean, spark your black butt. You know what I mean? So I want to tell the young kids, man, you do not have to prove. And I think that comes from us fighting with our hands. The biggest thing growing up in the projects or in my hood is
you had to have these.
You had to have these.
You had to have these.
You had to prove that you had these. Now, guns was like you when you pull out a gun, man, you a puss. You know what I mean?
Listen, fuck that. Now I can tell you right now. And then like you said though, the kids are desensitized now. Like I don't know what it is. Like we're putting the murder right in front of it. It's like only thing they see on Twitter, World Star, people getting their head bust, stuff like that. They outside sitting in the hood. We saw it too. It desensitized us, but we still knew to fight first. We knew what the repercussions of busting their guns. Like if we bust the gun, we knew, and that didn't come till later in my teens with the guns, because it was because everybody started carrying them after that. It was like the DC area became a war zone in like between 88 to 90 something, but mid 90s. But it was like we was fighting though. We would rather pull up. We would pull up, and this happened a lot. We would pull up to other people's hoods, like deep as hell. Go out there, have a big old fist fight, and everybody would walk away like nothing happened. And then when guns start getting involved, we like, man, why are we going there? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Not no more. Not no more. You got 14-year-olds out here killing 11 and 12-year-olds with guns with switches on them. So it's like where are you even getting that shit from?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was easy access for us then, because CIA put all the guns and drugs out there, but it was easy access for us then. But I'm talking about these motherfuckers out here getting guns like it is like they're giving that shit away on an ice cream truck.
Right.
So I'm like, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So with y'all going in that stuff and Mr. Clark having that influence on you, how do you think that shaped your music career? Like, how do you think it shaped that?
Well, I tell you no lie, man. I credit Joe Clark for a lot. Number one, he was firm but fair. I was just a little arrogant and a little hard-headed. But it shaped my career because later on, when he kicked me out, matter of fact, I was the 300 on that stage. Like when he got 300 kids on the stage, he called the names, McEntyre, so-and-so, so-and-so. He called us to the stage, and I was on that stage. But here's the crazy thing. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I got kicked out of Eastside High School, right? I went to John F. Kennedy across the water because I used my aunt's address. You got to, do that. I use my aunt's address on Governor Street in Patterson to go to Kennedy High School. And that was the enemy to Eastside, right? We call it Pussycat High, right? So I go there, but I end up being an extra in Lean on Me. You know what I mean? I was on the stage. That was actors on the stage, a few students on the stage, but I was given $35 a day to be in the audience. Now I got to be in the audience and sitting in it. I wasn't on the stage because that'd have been too real. I was in the audience, and then I was also one of the kids walking up from the courtroom when Mr. Clark was getting bailed out of jail. Now the thing is, Mr. Clark did go to some jails and stuff like that. Because of the PTA lady really wanted him out of there because he was just being real.
He was too hardcore. Yeah, he was too hardcore.
They didn't like it. But it shaped my career because I was able to really look at it from the outside of Eastside High School, where I started getting more, hearing him in my head and saying, you know what, if I want to write poems and I want to be a good writer or a song guy, I have to really learn to read more. And that's what he shaped me. He was one of the reasons that I was starting to read more and get more information and resources. And I wanted to really tell him. I wanted to tell him he reshaped my life just by being hard on me. Call me, I'd be cutting class. I had a child at an early age, so I used to sneak out, play hooky with the girl. And
that's what I was going to ask you. That was going to be my next question. Go ahead.
I had children at an early age, 15 and 16. And Mr. Clark saw that in me, and he's, "Wait, McEntyre, where you going?" No, you don't want to. He always will reference that because I'm in the hallway, and my wife can tell me this. This has always been me. Me and my wife, so grateful for her in my life. We've been friends since we was in grammar school. So I used to always be loud in the hallways rapping, and the same thing happened when I went to Eastside. I'm in there rapping and banging on the lockers, and just showing off. And Mr. Clark will always catch me and say, "Hey, you can be better at this if you go to English." And I was like, "Man, I'm going to English. McEntyre, you cut English file." He run that. And this is the beauty of Mr. Clark. And anybody that knows Joe Clark, he knows people's names.
Yeah. I know that. I know that number. Now, let me ask you a question. Did he really carry the megaphone around?
He did. He did.
Shit.
He had market. That's why I'm saying. And every day he'll use a big word. Move expeditiously, Ubering, and
he was T.I. before T.I.
Yeah, he was using big words. And Mr. Clark would get on the loudspeaker and he would use a big word. And one of the things he did to the 5% brothers, he said, "If you get a 3.0, I'll call you Prince Cree, creative." You know what I mean? And I made it that way. So he said, "McEntyre, Thomas." So I didn't win the award of getting my name called. A few brothers did, got a 3-point. But Mr. Clark, he shaped me, man. As far as even as a man, like learning some of the values of life and how to be there for your child no matter what, even if I missed the beat at the age of 15 and 16.
Yeah, I'm about to say, so because in the movie they depicted him as like a father figure to people that had young children. I was going to ask you that because you did say that you had children young. I read that in your book that you had children young. Now, was he as an assistant? Like, did he assist you like he was assisting other young parents and stuff, or like was he just like, well, if you're gonna sell crack, you just get out of my school and just do that?
Yeah, well, to us, to be honest, he was a little tougher on the guys, more lenient with the young ladies. Now, my first baby mom, she went to Eastside and she got pregnant. So Mr. Clark made sure she went to Cedar. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's another school for pregnant women and that she went there. I believe it's Cedar. I can't recall the name, but he would make sure they got the resources. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
okay.
Because I was a knucklehead and I wasn't paying attention. Now he's tried with me with trying to structure me with going to school, getting a head on my shoulder. Don't let my dad ain't being there not to be there for your kid. So those were the lessons he would give us. But when it came to the young ladies, he would give them the resources. Like if you saw in the movie where the girl was pregnant and everything, and the guy
Yeah.
was tripping, and Mr. Clark really catered to the young ladies more so because they were more like dogged out a lot by the guys. So Mr. Clark was really like a big dad to the guys, man.
Man, yeah, that's what's up right there, man. You know, getting a chance to live this and experience that, man. That is like that's 2 thumbs up right there, man. Like for real, bro. And then you can share the stories, man. Keep the legacy of Joe Clark going, man. That's great. Cause I did not know it was a real story. Like I'm letting you know. I just like nowhere in it did it say based on a true story, unless I missed that part. Cause I remember going to the movie. I remember going to the theaters to see it. Like I think that was like 88, 89. I was a young buck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a true story, my brother.
Man. So being in there, and so you said that you were one of 300 people that he sent away, right? So after that, did you get a chance to go back, or when you got up to JFK, that's where you had to stay? And how did that affect you? Right? being a young father, being a young father, not being in your jungle, your habitat, going somewhere else. How did that affect you? How did that push you further into you know what I'm saying, to what you had going on, if that makes sense?
Let me tell you the crazy thing about going to Kennedy.
Yep.
That was the enemy territory.
Yep.
So it affected me in so many bad ways, right? Because I was from the Alexander Hamilton projects, which is Eastside High School area, the projects I grew up in. Yep. And the projects by Kennedy is another project called the Christopher Columbus Project. And we were rivals where people getting beat up like you from the projects. And so I had to go and really look over my shoulders every day. You know what I mean? A lot of folks didn't know I was from the projects because, you know, if you come under the God body thing, and they knew I was popular with that. So that got a little okay with it. But then later on, when they found out I was from Alabama Project, Alexander or AHP projects, then it became like, you know, people watching me, trying to rob me, trying to set me up. So, you know, I just end up leaving there. You know what I mean? I even got kicked out of there because I wasn't showing up because some dudes from down the hill, we used to call it, was plotting on me.
Yeah,
my other brother that grew up in CCP, my brother Knowledge Bond, Mr. Knowledge Bond, it was okay for him because he grew up with them. And so I was okay in the beginning. He started playing football and it was okay because we both got kicked out. We got kicked out because of time. No, we got kicked out because of day. I had days, and then there was the New Nation out there. They called the New Nation versus the 5%ers, and they tried to jump my brother K Bond. The gun fell out of the book bag, and they saw the book bag, and you know later on that night somebody got shot. And then when we came to school, since the gun fell out of the book bag, that was an automatic. Mr. Clark didn't play. So if they saw we had a gun, we was automatically kicked out.
Yeah.
So I was kicked out. I was on the 21st day, but I was with him that day when the gun came out, and something happened to one of their guys that night, and they was looking, you know, sending the feds to my brother Knowledge Bond's house, and you know, it was it's crazy story, but most of that is in the book where we dodged a lot of bullets at an early age. But this is why I tell people about PTSD and about depression and stuff like that, because we
don't know it. And then, you know, with me going to therapy, and as heavy as I am into therapy now, I've been heavy into therapy for some time now, and I realized, like, because I'm retired Army, you know what I'm saying? I did my time. I did 20 years, right? I did my time, and I really don't understand that a lot of my scarring came from the streets before I joined. Like I was already, when I got into a war, I deployed 4 times. When I got the war, it was like, oh, this shit ain't new to me. I was like, man, oh, that motherfucker just died. Oh well, Like it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't new to me, right? So I think that's one of the things you talk about, depression and all stuff, the PTSD, because those are things that I had to battle because I did not understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling about a lot of stuff. And I was like, I would just sit around, and then, and especially as I started getting older, I would sit down. I don't know if it was survivor's remorse. I don't know what it was, but I stopped feeling real guilty. I used to sit with my lights off, just pacing back and forth. I was drinking heavily. Like it was like I had all the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't know.
Wow, that's so crazy. In the book, in the chapter, one of the chapters, I believe it's the blessing and the curse. I speak about this brother named Mike Bethune. Mike Bethune, Pastor Mike, he's my brother. We had a group together. And one of the things I speak about in the book with him, he went into the army. But in the projects is where he developed PTSD. So when he went into the army, it was easier for him when going into war and all that stuff. And then, you know, starting to dip and dab into a little bit of drugs, it really impacted him. He's a pastor now. That's why I said blessing and the curse. And that's why I said, you know, the lost and found, because he'd been through some stuff. And the PTSD did not start in the army. It started in the projects where he grew up at.
And I can tell you this right now. I like how you reference all the success stories that came from the projects. You talk about Aunt Viv. You talk about Estrada from Chips. You talk about Fat Joe. You reference a lot of people that were from the projects. They just like, oh no, this is the way I started, but this is not the way I'm going to finish.
Right. And that's awesome that you recognize that. It takes, and see, don't you're an author, you're a writer, you understand storytelling. And that was the thing, family. I wanted to show some balance. I don't want to just talk about the broken glass, the pissy stairs, the broken elevators, the junkie in the alley. I also wanted to show folks that even Kason, the dude was in a dirt bike, driving in a dirt bike and going crazy, smoking every drug at an early age. In the chapter with Dubar, if you saw the videotape to their lives and you see them now, you'd be like, ain't no way he was like that. He's a deacon in his church. He's a president of the union, working on a job, married for over 30 years. And Dubar is running a kitchen in Charlotte. These are guys that should be dead. My cousin Dubar was in a coma, had to learn to walk all over again.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show folks that it's not even only a black thing, because Howard Schultz, who is the former CEO of Starbucks, grew up in Bayview projects in Brooklyn. He's a Jewish kid. That's Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks. He used to own the Seattle Supersonics that sold his team to the Thunders.
Yeah.
And so this guy is a Jewish little kid that lived in the projects for years. But that project in Brooklyn was very poor, poverty, and notorious there at that time. He never let that stop him. He never let shooting at his cousins and selling all this. People talk bad about Hova.
He stabbed on.
You know, people get mad at Hov.
But I don't know why though. Like he don't own nobody. He moving like a businessman, and I don't understand that. Like I'm like, bro, when you, and this is just the reality of it. Like when you start getting on your business, start getting on your grizzly and all that stuff. People get left behind. That's just what it is. Like I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like I tell that to people all the time. I'm like, look, man, people mad at Jay-Z about the Super Bowl. Why he got Kendrick instead of Wayne and all stuff. He looked at Wayne's performances. He was like, okay, if you look at Wayne's performances over these last couple of years, and you look at what Kendrick has been doing, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, Louisiana culture. How y'all know Kendrick ain't gonna bring people out? Jay-Z is like a businessman. He don't want to lose.
And he's looking at a hot song at this time. He's looking at how diverse, and it ain't take nothing from Wayne. I like Wayne. I love him.
Yep.
Diversity. You know, Jay-Z's smart enough to know diversity, that you gotta have all people saying they're not like us. And and Kendrick is a little bit more animated than Wayne as far as theatrical. Cinema. Wayne is incredible. He got hits. But here's the thing what people need to shut up about.
Hold on, Prince. Hey, Prince Cree, you froze up. You froze up, man.
You frozen?
Yeah, you froze up. There you go. You back.
All right. let me just say, people can shut up about Jay-Z with this, because Jay-Z stamps the artist and makes sure the artist hip hop is in that platform. And so, but the city that they are in has the final say. And so if the city that he's in wanted Wayne, Wayne would be in it, Jay-Z would sign off on it. And it's like that they didn't want, they voted.
They talking about Master P and all. I'm like, them white folks they can afford to go to the Super Bowl, don't know no Master P songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like down Juvenile, yeah, they back that ass up is one of
that's a big song right there. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, back that ass up translates to everything, but that's not a Super Bowl song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I almost think Kendrick Lamar, this is how classy he is. I think Kendrick Lamar is going to bring one of them out, a power move on it. It might happen, it might not. But
this is what I think. This is what I think personally, right? This is what I think personally. I think that him and Drake had a conversation. Now, if you think about it, Young Money, Cash Money got Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Drake. I think they may have had a conversation back there on the side. You know how much it would erupt if Kendrick was out there performing, and then in the middle of his performance, he just stopped, and then Drake came out there, or Nicki came out there with him, and they performed like Kendrick and Drake performed Poetic Justice together. Man, you know how much the world would shut down if that happened.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah. That is good thinking. But yeah, I mean, I had a hard time, family, writing this book. You know, I mean, it was very hard for me to write the book. The transparency, the thing about my mom's, you know, and
I was. Go ahead. Because I was going to ask you. That was going to be one of my questions earlier. I was going to ask you because your mom had the 5 kids, and there were multiple men. Do you think that is why you started younger with your children?
I did, and I didn't have any super guidance, even from my father. Later on, I did a documentary called "The Definition of a Father Missing in Action," and I interviewed my dad, and I said, "Dad, tell me about you." And I forget the question, and I said, "You wasn't there for me. Why?" And my father said, "Because I never knew my father, and I don't even know if I have uncles." And my father, I told by my mother, don't even know who his father is. And so the generational curse, which by the way, I'm gonna tell you about the next series of the book. I thought when my mom she didn't care if I had she raised 5 boys. It was 6 of us, by the way. My older brother Arnold passed away in '97, but it was 5 boys and 1 girl, right? Yep. And so the guys with girls, she didn't even care. She didn't care what we do or what we did because we were guys, and she didn't really know how to say, get a condom, do this and do that, because my moms she was messing around, right? So it was never a lot of structure there.
So now let me ask you this though, right? Because now she grew up in a 2-parent household. Like I read that she grew up in a 2-parent household. So I wonder what made her deflect from that. And then she seen it. She was going through it with the men. So in my mind now, I kind of think about it because my dad left my mom with 9 kids. So I got to think about it now. And I look at my sons, I'm like, damn, how did he do that? Like, why not give the guidance? Why not give the guidance to say, hey, this is not right? Instead of just letting y'all try to figure it out for yourself. And so those are some of the questions I had when I was reading that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she was a single mom, so she was doing her best. And she had to live her life too. So yeah. I can see both sides of the coin.
Those are good questions, man. It was good questions. And if you're reading the book, I even as an adult, I always would ask my mom, what happened with you? You grew up with grandpa and grandma in the house. All y'all brothers and sisters know y'all have the same dad, same mother in the house. What happened with you guys? And my moms would say, don't worry about that. Why you asking me this now? And she'd brush it off. And then one time my mom said to me, your grandfather drunk. So he was always a drunk. And later on I found out by researching with my older cousin, Dirty Red, which you read in the book, he's the one showed me how to sell heroin. told me what dope was the best because he was a dope fiend. And he told me the story of my mom's, and because his mother and my grandmother are sisters, and their father had battled with depression and schizophrenia.
But back then, especially as black folks, like even to this day, black folks don't want to go to no therapy. They don't want to go to the doctors. They don't want to do none of that stuff. They wait till it's too late, whatever the case may be. So imagine how it was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I don't want to think the worst, so I told my mother, I said, Mom, you want to get a book? No. And she wasn't even mad at me when she said to me, it's the truth and I'm proud of you. And I still then after that I just started promoting it more. I think and I could be wrong. I don't want to think my other brothers and said, why would you think that? But I think something happened to her in my grandfather's house. You know what I mean? Because she would say he was always drinking. And she was like the second oldest daughter.
So
my mother had a baby at the same time as him.
And so that's my thing right there too, right? So that's my thing. So back then, being raped by uncles, molested by uncles, and family and friends and family stuff, that shit happened a lot. It happened a lot. And then there was no resource for people to report it. You wouldn't tell your dad, like, get your lying ass out. Like you told your mom, wouldn't do what your dad just say. Well, I'm gonna go to the police. Police will go to tell your parents. Like there was no resource for kids to go through. So if she was touched, she probably carried that burden. And then
I believe so. I really believe so. My mother carried that depression, the anxiety, the fear, the hugging. She don't like to hug much. You know what I mean? Tell me I got a cold. Like it's always something.
The lack of emotion.
She never said she loved me, man.
And that's the thing right there. So when I meet women, they have emotional issues. They don't like to hug. They don't like to kiss. So that's things a woman should naturally want to do. So if I meet a woman that doesn't like to do those things, I automatically start digging into questions. What happened in your childhood? Did you have your mother and your father? Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Then you start finding out they were foster kids. Something happened to them when they were young. They was removed. They lost their parents. Something happened in the household, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I start digging in once I meet a woman that does not have any emotional intelligence or emotional, like no emotional feelings, no none of that. She's disconnected from her natural femininity, and something happened for that shit to happen.
Exactly, and this is why the mental health and mental wellness is important in our culture. Because if you read in the book, right, I talk about how my mother had one kid, my older brother that passed away, Arnold, and she had him. And then when she had my other brother, Herb, that was it. She had to go. She had to get out of the house because she had a kid at the same time. That's my brother, Arnold, older brother, is at the same age as my uncle. You know what I mean? So so they couldn't show the world of South Carolina, couldn't show people that was her daughter's son. So my brother Arnold and Herb had to stay down there. No, Arnold stayed down there because they had to let the world know, the people in that area, that my brother Arnold was their kid, because it would have been embarrassment. So I always thought it was something. I always thought that something happened in that house, because I never could figure out why they are, every family, like my pastor just said this, man. I love the video he put out. There is dysfunction in a lot of families. You know what I mean? Even in the Bible, there's dysfunctional families. And so no one is exempt from having a dysfunction. The thing about it is how you build on it and how you make it better. And so this book is my therapy. On top of me doing a play called My Life Matters about mental health, that is about my aunt, because I have an aunt that took her life.
Yeah.
And she was a teacher in the Baltimore school system there. I forget what school she was at. I'll find that out for you. My aunt, they lived up there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, and she took her life, and my mom's in them to this day is in denial, but I had to put two and two together. So I do this play in memory of my aunt about mental health, because I was battling depression, having suicide ideations, and anxiety. And so I had to wonder where that comes from. So I have to break the generational curse. And so by me doing this book, spreading the truth. A lot of my brothers at first didn't like the fact that I told people we had different fathers, because now they knowing about this and we 50.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the best thing about it is that we all have a different vibe, and that is the reason why we all act different towards each other. I'm freezing just because of that.
Yeah, no, I do. I definitely get that. So because that's a lot to unpack, and I'm glad that you're actually tackling this mental health journey, right? Because you're doing it in your own way. There are a lot of people that tackle they write self-help books and stuff like that, but a lot of people that write these self-help books are struggling within themselves, and they're lying to the people to make money. They think the money is gonna make them feel better and stuff like that. Like, you're actually doing this. You're sharing the most intimate parts of your life to let you know, like, hey, I went through it and it's okay. Like, you can make it through this. You feel what I'm saying? You can change your life. And then, man, I appreciate that a lot, man. For real.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And it was
For
hard.
real.
It was hard, family, man. It was very hard for me to do it. And again, I didn't want to offend, because in the book, I don't really say too much, anything bad about my brothers or nothing. And by me telling my mother said to me, it's the truth. My mom's, my sister, I have one sister, and my sister is gay. And so I had to learn and how to accept that as I got older. And, and to this day, I love her, don't have a good relationship with her now, because that's got a lot to do where we truly come from.
Yep.
And I say this to my brothers in them because, and I don't say this to be mean, I said, we are actually half brothers and a half sister. So no matter how we look at it, it doesn't mean that we don't love each other 100%, but I'm just trying to create the content so people can know it don't matter. In the Bible, there's a man named Joseph. Joseph, on the other hand, Joseph brothers were half brothers. His father had different wives, and all of his brothers that pushed him in the pit was his half brother, except one brother named Benjamin. Why am I saying this? It don't matter. Sometimes if you got to learn that we're different and learn how we can come to a common ground and make things better. And so when I'm writing this book and telling my truth, it is actually giving me some type of healing and peace of mind.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. Once upon a time, the project's the lost and found.
And you know what's crazy? I thought that, and this is just me personally, because my younger sister had a tomboy phase. In my house, it was 7 boys and 2 girls. So she had a tomboy phase, and we used to mess with her all the time. She'd be like, you're gonna be gay, blah blah blah. Because back then it was funny. I'm like, you about to be gay. But she's married with 2 kids, like doing real good. My other sister's doing good. Like, they went through their little rough patches because they was in the house with 7 boys. Right. But you know what I'm saying?
I believe that's what happened with my sister, because she used to beat us up. She was mean as a joker. In the book, I said she hit me in the back with a hammer, or actual hammer. Like, she was that mean. She was mean.
So this is when I learned not to put hands on women. This is when I learned that. But me and my sister was playing in the house, and then she was to punch me in the back of the head, and I was trying to run and get away. And she ran, and I grabbed my arm, and I smacked her in her forehead and threw her to the wall, and she hit the wall. And this big, heavy ass picture. I'm talking about big, like, this picture was like huge, heavy. It fell and hit her in the crown, the top of her head, and split the top of her head open. She had to get stitches across the top of her head. When I say my pops came home and wore my ass out, I never put my hands on another motherfucking woman again unless I was about to get some.
Wow.
Yeah. I would walk away. Like, nah, you got it. I just think about that ass whipping. Yeah, man. Man, listen, I really, really love this, man, because I've been digging into it. You can tell I've been digging into it because I'm with the talking about this stuff, man. So, and a lot of this translates into your music as well, right? So, how many songs do you have recorded?
Actually, I write more songs as a writer versus the personal songs I recorded. I did a song called The Projects in 1992, and me and my brother Levi Little of the group Blackstreet, that original voice, still a member, that sung Joy. Me and him wrote songs, and the only song I had was the Project song, What's It Gonna Be, and Remember the Times, like So those songs are so old, bro. Like when I'm doing a Living in the Projects, y'all, that song, I just rebooted the song so it can be part of the Tiny Desk, which will help move the book. And so
Yeah.
people always love the song. Red Alert in New York played it. A lot of folks played the song. So I said, let me just go ahead and reload the song Reggae. And so that's where
Because
me and
it
Levi,
does. It gives that rating. I'm like,
vibe,
living
yeah.
in the project. Yeah.
So I just wanted to change it, man. And so me and Levi said, nothing goes to waste. And so we're going to relaunch a lot of things. We're going to do a different project that's going to kind of push the book and push the content in the book. Because if you notice in the Tiny Desk, I'm bringing the stories to life. And let me just give some content on that. The book, the Tiny Desk, is like a live audio book experience where I can do your book and bring the pages to life by a poem, spoken words, by music, by something that can connect to that chapter in your book. And so that's what Tiny Desk is. So most of the songs that I'm doing there are not recorded, but I have written songs for Wayani, which is from the that was on American Idol. She was top person. I wrote "Shaking My Head" and One Race United with Cheryl Pepsi Riley and Wayani. I have written songs for a lot of artists. Me and Levi did. And so writing became a part of more so what I love to do. But Levi always say, man, look, we just bring back the artist, man. So me and my brother Lee working on a project for the next book, the next series. And I got a few producers there.
Okay.
Mike Waller from Mike Waller. Mike Waller was in the group. Teddy Riley produced with Natural Blend. Did songs with Gladys Knight and Mary. Then I got my man Big Fella, Tracy Vaughn. Big Fella is one of the prime producers that's going to be on the song on my album that I'm gonna come out. That's going to match the book. So yeah, you know.
So why not make this? Did you do an audible book for this one?
I did an auto book. It's an auto book right now. If you go to Amazon, it's free. I'll send you the link. I thought I did. I'll send you the link and everything. I'm working on a better cover. So the next one will hopefully, I'm gonna send the manuscript to Charlemagne on Black Privilege Publishing. Or I got you guys up there. I met some wonderful people at the Black Artists Expo. You guys make incredible covers. I'm gonna send you a copy of this cover my designer did. And for the new book that's coming out. Look, I'm excited, man, right now, man. So go ahead with the next question because I want to.
Look. So now your journey, you've been through a lot, right? So you named a lot of accomplishments, right? You named some of the things that your biggest pitfalls, right? So let me ask you this, right? Where do you expect your career to be in 5 years? Like, what do you expect? What you're doing right now? What do you expect to be in 5 years?
Man, good question, because my forecast for me starts with a daily process, right? But at the same time, in 5 years from now, I want to become more so a person that's out motivational speaking, more so really showing back into people, do my nonprofit Roadshow Alliance Suicide Prevention. I want that to be on a level where people can recognize that. I want to be able to help a lot of folks, man, but I want to build wealth, generational wealth for my children and their children's children. But where I see myself at, I see myself on the level of bringing authors together that where we can express ourselves in a different level of book signing. This is my goal.
Yeah.
That's why when I came up there, I didn't care if it was 90 people in the audience. I didn't care if it was just 100 people there. My mission was to come and set the tone for us artists where that we can do more than just sitting at the table doing book signing, where we can bring our stories to life. So my goal is to make the Tiny Bookshelf a universal platform for Black authors.
Man, that's dope. That's extra dope. Come on, baby.
That's my main goal, man. And I'm gonna start with you and the Queen Stephanie and a few people up there, because when we go out, you get a next book. Let's go out on the road and let's tour and just bring different artists out to support our books.
And you know what's crazy? You know, I was a signed artist, so that's why I'm curious about all this stuff. I was a signed artist. I have like a ton of music out. And so,
let's see, ain't nothing but God, brother.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when I met you up there, I was like, yeah, you know, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I was a signed artist. So like this is like it was meant to be. So and then on these when I release my books, I be doing all the scheduling for book signings. I be doing all this stuff. I be traveling up and down, and then I hit the markets people don't hit. I hit like the military bases. I hit all that stuff. Like you know what I'm saying. So
and I don't have that. I do it myself. I had a PR that works a little bit, but you know, again, my brother Lee said he want to invest, and so we're gonna take it to a different level. You know, and so I try to be at places, but I didn't have all that. That's why I wanted to come up there to meet you guys, and so we can build a Voltron, and we'll be unstoppable. In 5 years, I want to be unstoppable. I want to be in this. I want to a Justice League of Black authors, where it's just you, me, my other brother, and Levi getting ready to write a book. You know what I mean? I want it to be a union of Black authors. If it is already, that's fine. I want it to be like a legion of justice Black authors where we go out and we doing more than just reading our books. We're doing more than just that. We're having like these miniature tiny desk bookshelves performance, and we're selling the pages to our stories by music and spoken words. And I want to be consistent with it, and I want to brand it to a level where, man, when people say, yo, when y'all doing it again next year?
And and it's gonna grow and grow and grow. Like for instance, even with my show, right? I've been doing virtual shows and everything. So I just did an agreement with a lounge in downtown DC. So I'm about to be doing live recordings and stuff.
And see how that starts just here. And on the podcast my wife and I have called The Swag in the Morning, and I just did it, and they did me favors, and I didn't even monetize. Remember, I was telling you, I didn't even monetize. Remember, I was showing you Roy Jones, showed you Holyfield, I showed you Big Les and Cousin Hillary and all of these folks, and I wasn't even monetizing, wasn't promoting it enough. I just did it for a template, just to be able to sell her book, because Karen Parson, Cousin Hillary, she's an author of these books, Black Stories, Untold Stories. And I told her
she put her in contact with me.
Look, now I will put her in contact with you. I'll tag him when I get in the Instagram. I'll tag her and say, yo, Karen, Sissy, you got to check him out. And those are resources I have. But the thing about it is, it's better when you have a Voltron. Like I grew up under the movie, in cartoons, the Voltron.
Voltron,
arm the head, and they put it together, and they become invincible. Individually, they can go through the city and nice up the area. But when they're together, they destroy the enemy like that.
Easily.
Understand, you join together, it's like that, and you will be able to destroy the enemy. So let me give you a plug if you don't mind, man. Like I don't know, go ahead, man. I'm excited, man.
Man, listen, and look, and I love this, man. Like you came with the energy tonight. Like, man, I love this, right? So now I do got a couple questions for you, though.
Hey, look, let it go. I'm open for the questions. I'm open for the jackass questions. And whatever you want to do, brother, I'm there. I actually have two jackasses. Instead of Charlemagne doing the donkey of the day, I got two jackasses I want to speak about before I leave here, and it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. So no. This is the part I do a little question and answer, right? Just a little question and answer. Just a couple questions, maybe like 3 or 4 questions, just to see if we got to answer you again. All right,
let's go.
Yeah, just a couple questions. So, all right, question number one. If you could have dinner with any 2 famous people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay, if I could have dinner with two?
Yep, 2 people, dead or alive.
Dead or alive. Who would it be? All right. The first one will be Prince.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
And the next one will be Michael Jackson. So it's just dead. 2 dead guys, Prince and Michael Jackson. And I got a Michael Jackson story, but not a Prince story. So go ahead. What's your next question?
Oh, okay. So mine would be a superhead and the person who created crack, because I want to know like what made him think to cook this up. Like, but definitely Superhead.
It says Superhead. Stefan.
Stuff, yeah, Cameron, Cameron Steffens.
Corinne Stevens.
I want to meet her in her prime though. Like not now, not the one now. I want to be the one with.
Oh yeah, because right now you know. Okay.
Yeah, I want to meet her when she was tapping people out.
Crazy, man.
Okay. So next question, right? Which would be worse for the planet? Which would be a worse, right? A Planet of Apes situation where they get smart and take over the world, or going back to slavery?
Say that again. Which planet will be worse?
No. I said which one would be worse? A Planet of the Apes kind of situation where the apes take over the planet, and you know what I'm saying, they get smart or whatever the case may be. They just take over the planet, or they take over the world, or us going back into slavery. Which one do you think would be worse?
Us going back into slavery. And I'm gonna tell you something. If we go back into slavery now, brother, the slave joint would not be 400 years.
No.
The joint would be over in maybe 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you something, man. If some masters hit me and tell me some bells and some hay, like Eddie Murphy said, I ain't belling over again. You bell that. I'm telling you. If I saw some dudes coming at my wife and I'm sitting there, go ahead, master, you have my man. I'm telling you, I would rather get a gunshot. Might not die off them guns back in the days because they wasn't really all that, you got to put the thing in.
We bigger people now too. So
it would just be worse. It would be worse because they would not stand.
So you would rather we could revolt in slavery though, but with these big ass strong ass monkeys out here, like you got a smart ass gorilla making nuclear bombs, dog. Like I don't know.
That was in between. Like I had to listen to the question again because I watched Planet of the Apes and Caesar and his people, man. There was some other big joints, but they were off the chain, man. Crazy question.
A crazy ass question. So next question: $1,000 or a night with Cardi B?
A night with Cardi B, it won't be a secret. Number one, because she's gonna rap about it. So you gotta perform very well. So you gotta go get some of the gorilla joints, some Bluetooth,
the honey pack,
Bluetooth chews or whatever, and
some gas station pills.
Yeah. So but you're cheap with that $1,000. Now, if you would put $1 million, then that would have been something. So it's a night with Cardi B because if that money was higher, I'd take the money and won't even risk my relationship that I'm in for 14 years. Now that's different for me. But if the money was high, I would go to the money side. But since that money is low, I'm gonna go hard with her and go knock the bag out so that maybe she'll be like, "What you need for your house?" And I'll be like, $1 million. So I might can get more out of that.
Yeah.
Style and out of that versus that $1,000. So that's another crazy ass question.
Okay. Now that was a good ass answer though. You know what I'm saying? I would take the night with Cardi B too. Like the $1,000, you can't get nothing with that no more. You can't you can barely buy groceries, man.
Man, my wife's gonna be like, why you ain't going to get more money from her?
Okay, so next question, right? Next question. Okay, would you rather be trapped in the closet with R. Kelly or locked in the room with Diddy?
That's a crazy ass question, man. I plead the fifth answer. Because if I'm gonna be trapped in the closet with R. Kelly, one of the things I'm gonna tell him is that man, leave the young girls alone, man. You can't do the young girl stuff, man. Come on, bro. If I'm locked in whatever with Diddy, Diddy's different. Diddy's going both guys, girl. Like he's in all over. I heard he's all over the place.
Hey,
I don't know how to answer that because I don't want nobody to see this.
Listen, trapped in the closet, right? At least R. Kelly was hiding in the closet after boning a dude's wife. Like he was hiding in there, just singing like, "Oh, what you doing with him?"
Yeah, so I can survive with R. Kelly because I know R. Kelly is trying to plot in there with us. Yo, man, I think, man, we can smash that name. That's we can go ahead and knock it. Like R. Kelly will be scheming on that. Yeah. And if I was in the closet with R. Kelly, we'd be writing, I believe I can fly again.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy with Diddy? A dude is locked up in jail right now, sued Diddy for $100 million for sexual assault, and he won.
See, take that.
Take that. I like, dog. Like, it's like there is no, like, so many people winning these cases right now. Like, there is no, like, he just can't even deny it.
So you would go just to be in there and be like, oh, and nothing happened, and then go sue him. Wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, nah.
You're thinking of that.
Nah. Listen, I want to, like, you know what's funny? R. Kelly probably in jail right now. He probably in jail right now, and his roommate probably be threatening him, like, you better sing or I'm gonna clap your cheeks.
That's another.
Okay. Okay, next question. Damn.
You need to take a next stupid ass question.
What was the next stupid ass question? Okay. So, next stupid ass question. Slap, punch, stab. Slap, punch, stab. Hulk Hogan, Evander Holyfield, and Ray Lewis. You got slap one, you got punch one, you got stab one.
All right, I'm going to stab Hulk Hogan. I didn't know how racist he was since he got with Trump. So he's going to get the stab.
Okay.
All right. And who's the next person? Holyfield?
Holyfield and Ray Lewis are the two that's left.
I'm going to punch Ray Lewis.
I don't know. Ray Lewis beat a murder charge.
I'm going to punch him. I am not swinging on my big brother Holyfield at all. So I'm going to slap him on his hand.
No, I would say the slap is more disrespectful than the punch, though.
Now, you didn't say how to slap. I'm going to slap him 5. I'm not messing with Holyfield. I'm not punching Holyfield because Holyfield got a stupid, wicked jab, and that's my kind. That's my big bro.
Yeah.
I don't like Ray Lewis. I love. Let me say I don't like Ray Lewis. I just didn't like you guys raving. So let me just say that.
Yeah. I'm a Redskins fan. I'm a Commanders fan.
I would smack him and punch him, and we leaving Holyfield out of this. Bro.
Yeah.
Stupid ass question by even putting Holyfield in it. You could have put Tommy Morrison or somebody in there.
Man, is he still alive?
I don't know, but I'll slap him. I want to take Evander, take my big brother out of it, man. I don't want him to even see this. I don't want him to see this footage because I'm gonna tag him and I'm showing he's gonna be on my page. Oh, you want to? Oh, okay.
So you said you gonna slap me? You said you gonna slap me?
I'm looking at the camera like a politician. Big bro, Phil, Holyfield, you know I love you. This ask questions. I don't even know why he put you in it. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man.
Get your book. Let's go.
Get your book. Now, look, man. That was my last question, man. Because that shit was funny, man. You was like, no, Holyfield, not Holyfield.
No, not Holyfield, man. I don't do that. And again, like a politician, like Kamala did that against Donald Trump, looking into the camera.
Yep.
People, I didn't make these questions. These questions do not reflect who I am and what I believe in. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Not in the closet with none of them jokers unless they talk business. And Cardi B, you're not even my type, but I love your music. You super dope in your rap and stuff, but his money part should have been higher, So
I don't know. I mean,
get your book.
Hey, man, tell everybody where they can find you at, man. Tell them your social media, your websites, everything.
Listen, on Instagram, it's at @the_creative_prince. On Facebook, it's also, I got a page, Once Upon a Time in the Projects. Once Upon a Time in the Projects on Facebook. On Facebook, my personal page is Prince Cree McEntyre, MC, capital ENTYRE. And I'm on X, whatever, but X is becoming a racial.
That's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
On X, there don't be nothing but the videos of people getting killed, sex, people fighting, and people about to kill each other for politics. That place is the Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. So I recommend you to delete your X page, folks. But that's where you can find me. You can find my book on Amazon right now. Once Upon a Time in the Projects. You can Google it or put it in the search. It'll be right there, right on top of Ice Cube's song "Once Upon a Time in the Projects." The audio book is there. Or you could just inbox me and I'll go ahead and sign a copy, send it to you, and give you access to the free audio book, which I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna give Sis as well. And that's that, man. Hey, listen, before I leave, unless you let me get me off this hot seat, because I was kind of nervous coming to you. I kept postponing because I was like Journey of a Jackass, and I saw you and Stephanie's interview. I was like, the Lord, Heavenly Father, in the name of my Most High Savior, I can't. If I go here, I don't want my deacon friends to be like, or my bishop, but I love what you do, bro.
That was a light interview. I kept it light tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I kept it light tonight because I was like, because I want you to come back for more and more and more. I kept it light too because, man, we've been putting this interview off because of unforeseen circumstances and stuff like that, and this was long overdue. So I wanted to make sure you had a great time tonight, man.
I mean, I did, man. Look, I can joke with you. You saw me when we were up there in Baltimore. We have some fun. We sitting there looking at we like, is that a whatever? Is that a so we was like checking the Adam's apple. And you like over there with those Pampers? I'm like, Depends. You stupid. You know what I'm talking about, right? Fridays, I guess we was at.
Yeah.
I want to give an honorary jackass of the week, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
If you don't have that segment, dude, you can check in with me and just call that the Prince Cree's a jackass of the day.
There you go.
You got a dumbass of the week. I like that. Now this one goes. I got two people, honorary folks that we're gonna put in this, right? And if this is what you're gonna do, I appreciate you letting me do this.
Go ahead.
The first one, I'm gonna start with my brother, Shannon Sharp.
Oh.
The dumbass of the week. Let me tell you why he's a dumbass. Shannon Sharp was speaking about his sex on IG Live was not a hack. It was him leaving it on, and he's disappointed about it. Now, I don't know that they fired him, but I know ESPN has thin line when it comes to bad publicity.
Yep.
So I don't know if he's going to be on First Take, but he need to be on First Take your ass and make some sense about your live, man. You got your show, your podcast doing good. That's why still there. But you is the dumbass for going live.
My man said, he said, yeah, that's my moniker. It sounded like he's about to pass out on her back. I was like, dang. I was like, he was in there, got him a whole minute and 60 seconds of some ass. A minute and 6 seconds.
Dumbass of the week. And that was dumb. That was dumb. Shannon Sharp, you are the
dumbass of the week.
And the honorary dumbass of the week is this guy that's running for president, Donald J. Trump. And the reason why I'm going to give him the dumbass of the week is because this dumbass said Haitians are eating cats and dogs. Now, what proof do you have that they steal a dog, eat a cat, and you never said that when you was in New York eating Chinese food? You never said that when you and your brother and all of them, when y'all working hard in New York as a landlord or real estate, when you had ordered out Chinese. You never said that there's always cats around the Chinese stores in New York.
Going missing.
Those Chinese was eating cats. Now, why are you trying to blame it on my folks from Haitian, my Haitian brothers and my Haitian sisters? Donald Trump, and you can add on to this before we jet out of here, my beloved. Then this idiot, dumbass of the week, said Kamala Harris gonna copy Biden's policy, and it's gonna be 4 sentences, right? Run, spot, run. Now, science, run, spot, run. Those are 3 words. Now, that's 1 sentence. He said 3 sentences. He said, run, spot, run across the street. Policy. He just try to be so My IQ is higher than hers, and he sound like a kindergarten. Donald J. Trump, you are the dumbass.
Well, damn. Well, I set us up in Donald J. Trump.
Shannon and Donald almost at the same days apart. Lord have mercy. Shay Shay, I knew something was funny when that name Shay Shay.
Shay Shay. Hey, he tried to prove that he tried to prove he ain't gay so bad.
No, but I'm being honest. Who called your day? Yeah, that sounds cool, day. You know what I mean? Shay Shay?
Nah, yeah. Come on,
grew up where I'm from, man. Shay Shay is a girl.
Nah, that's a girl name.
Shay Shay?
Yeah, that's a girl name.
Shay. Anything with the Shay, like Donna Shay,
yeah,
Roby Shay, Monica Shay, that's girl name.
Shay Shay, that's a girl name.
We picked that from Shan would have been blue, but I got Shan give you more masculine. Shay is feminine.
That's a big old buff gay dude, man.
All right, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure having you on here, man. I look forward to having you back. And then, man, let's get it together, man, so we can go on a tour, man.
I'm ready, man. I'm gonna be sending messages and sending info out once we get it solid, and I'm ready.
All you gotta do is let me know the dates, times, all that stuff. I'll put it on the calendar, man, and I'll be ready to go for sure.
I'm down with it. Check out, man. Once Upon a Time in the Projects. My first series is The Lost and Found. The second series is coming out in 2025, and maybe around April. Is dedicated in memory to my father, Deacon Howard Reddings, and my father-in-law, Kippy Smith Sr. And this one is called Once Upon a Time in the Projects, but the next series is Breaking the Curse.
Hell yeah. Let's go, baby.
I'm going to be talking about a lot of things that we pass down, indirect and direct, to the generation below us, but we need to break it.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Man, everybody give it up for, you know what I'm saying, the creative Prince Cree, Thomas McEntyre, my dog. You know what I'm saying, man? It was a pleasure having you on here tonight, man. Until next.
No doubt. Come on, Tommy Moss. Your holy, you know I would never even raise my hand to you. You know that. You know not. You will know that's this guy right there. Let me point over there. That's this guy right there. That's this guy right there. You know, I go to dinner. Shout out to Roy Jones. Shout out to all my brothers. Shout out to my brother Levi. Shout out to my whole team. Chance, the MC, and my sister Juanita Wynn. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to my whole entire team. My wife always got my back. She's been down doing dumb stuff with me. If I came out with a business called Cardboard R Us, and she'd be right there saying, "Hey, let's figure out how we gonna sell it." I love her. 14 years, and look, I gotta come back, man. So I want to have a little bit more fun. You know, get my little red wine. You know what I'm saying?
And we can get it in, man. Look, you can come back as much as you want. All you gotta do is let me know when you're ready.
Yo, I like your poster, man. I like your poster about that. Life is like. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Look, it got a little bit positive stuff. And this when I was cage fighting, got my Redskin stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got my medals. You know what I'm saying?
Cage fighting. Let's talk about that later on, man.
Oh yeah, man. I was a beast, man. So yeah, but all right, man. Let me go ahead and let you go so I can get this show rolling.
No doubt, family.
Whoa, yeah. Hey, man, that's a good interview. Great, explosive, man. I had a great time on this interview. And he did the dumbass of the week for me. That was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna do mine, but that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, man. I like that. He definitely got to come back. All right, so we're gonna move on to community events. Right? So my community event this week, again, is the Coat Drive, the Brothers and Sisters Corporation Coat Drive collection. The Coat Drive is going to be October 5th. I mean, it ends October 1st, and they're going to do the coat distribution October the 5th in Comar Manor in Maryland. I'll have more information on it, but donate your coats to 8201 Corporate Drive. They are taking coats. gently used coats. All right. And then I'm going to start talking about this one a little bit more because November's going to be here before you know it. The Small Black Business Expo, November 30th. The Small Black Business Expo, November 30th. Showplace Arena from 12 to 7. All right. Small Black Business Expo, November 30th. Showplace Arena from 12 to 7. All right. So get those gently used coats over to 8201 Corporate Drive. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And those are my community events. Okay, so we beat up the read of the week. Y'all know what the read of the week is. The read of the week, Prince Cree's book, Once Upon a Time in the Projects, The Lost and Found. Good read, man. I'm not gonna lie. And the way it touches on mental health, and it's special read for sure. Definitely want to check this one out. Definitely a good read, and it's cheap too. Yeah, it's cheap, good, and it's a quick read. Now, with that being said, now I want to get into my dumbass of the week. This is just me. All right. So my dumbass of the week, you know, I give these the people that I feel like they are special circumstances, right? So my dumbass of the week is a Florida convicted felon. A Florida convicted felon, right? He was already a convicted felon, right? Stupid, dumb motherfucker. You're a convicted felon, you're not supposed to own weapons. You're not supposed to own weapons. You're not supposed to possess them, be around them, anything like that, right? Because you're a convicted felon. So my dumbass of the week, and which he deserves it for two reasons, right, is 21-year-old James Hillgardt. Now, I'm going to tell you why this stupid motherfucker is getting dumbass of the week. Fuck is you talking about? I'm going to tell you why he getting dumbass of the week, right? So, one, the first part of him being dumbass of the week is this asshole, knowing he's a convicted felon, not going to have any weapons, was on, hold on, social media is a hell of a drug. I'm going to start off by saying that. IG, Twitter, Facebook, all that shit, TikTok is addictive. So to him, it's a hell of a drug. And so is stupidity. So this stupid motherfucker, stupid, when I say stupid, this stupid motherfucker was on IG Live, convicted felon, flashing his weapon. Boom, 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 boom. You can come get the smoke. It's me, young stupid James. Come get the smoke. I'm J-Dog, right? Come on. And he did this on multiple posts. He did it on his live, and he did it on posting pictures of him in multiple posts with the guns. You can come get the smoke. You can come get the smoke. Yeah, come get the smoke. Yeah, come get the smoke. Stupid motherfucker, right? So he's a felon, making posts about having guns, repeatedly going live with his guns, right? Stupid, dumb, fucking retarded, right? Second part of why he getting dumbass of the week. So before this stupid ass motherfucker was playing with his guns on live, stupid motherfucker. And guess what he did on social media? This motherfucker shot himself. He shot himself. He shot himself. Wasn't supposed to have the guns, taking pictures with the guns, had the guns streaming live all on social media. And this dumbass shot himself. Shot himself. He shot himself. This fucking idiot, dumbass of the week, right? So the police pinged him, pinged his location off of his social media posts. Motherfuckers do not understand. The feds is watching your social media. The police is watching your social media. If y'all do not know, They are watching y'all social media. Social media's put more motherfuckers in jail than crack ever did. You understand me? So they pinged him. They go to his house. He's laying in the floor, leaking blood, bleeding. And guess what they find? They found 2 pistols, an assault rifle, and a sawed-off shotgun. A sawed-off shotgun that he had buried. And guess what? Guess why it was buried? Because it potentially may have had a body on it. So this motherfucker, Mr. James Hillgardt, 21-year-old, attention's a hell of a drug, and you're going to get a whole lot of that shit in the penitentiary. They're going to be auctioning your little ass off for cigarettes because you want to play dumb with the guns. You must have got a boyfriend in there. That's why you trying to get back, right? So him, stupid, young, idiot, James, is getting dumbass a week. Fuck is you talk about? Fucking stupid. Yeah. So today was another great show. Man, Prince Cree came and he tore it down, man. He tore it down. When I say he tore it down, man. That was a great ass show. All right. That was a great ass show. Next week, I have a rapper coming on next week. I'm gonna leave that one a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And I have DV domestic violence advocate coming on next week. So we're definitely going to the show is going to keep rocking and rolling. It's going to keep rocking and rolling. So thank everybody for tuning in. Keep listening, keep supporting, and keep subscribing. Thank that everybody that subscribed to my channel, man. Keep tuning in, keep subscribing. And with that being said, no travel tip this week. You know, like make sure your kids are doing good in school. You should be thinking about fucking traveling, jackass. Now, with that being said, peace out. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out of here.